Well, one of the biggest names in comedy right through the 80s was Duncan Novell, and he's here with us tonight because he's on the bill with Ricky Tomlinson at the Benidorm Palace, and I have been dying to ask for years, and I'm so pleased to have the opportunity. Where did the catchphrase "chase me" come from?
Oh, Steve, probably about, I'm going back now 30 years, 35 years when I first started, and I was working at a club in Scotland, and I come skipping on to Teddy Bear's picnic, and we were white safari suit on.
I'm from Scotland, I think I saw that.
Did you?
Yeah.
What, in the club? Were you?
No,
You're not
on
old
the
enough. And there was this fella in the front row, and I actually do a gag halfway through where I pinch somebody's drink, and he stood up and he kind of looked a bit aggressive, and I just said to him, "Oh, go on then, chase me if you're going to be like that." And I ran off, and when I come back, the rest of the place was laughing, so I thought, well, I better keep this in, it's quite funny. And really, that's where it happened. So the next night, I was doing another show in Scotland, because in those days, you'd go for a week, you know, you'd do a week in a certain area. And the next club, I just thought, well, I'll try it again. So I come skipping on, but this time I didn't take no drink. I just walked up to a fella in the front row and said, "Go on, chase me." And I ran off, and that was it.
And do they? Every time you, I mean, pretty much every time you say it, do they?
Well, I find out 1 out of 7.
Yeah. And grab them by the pinky and make them do it by hurting them, or...
Well, yeah, if you like. No, they just... I do find that a lot of people now, because it's more acceptable now, the camp humour. Yeah. I mean, when I first started it 35 years ago, roughly, I was the first...
Well, of course you were the first one, before Larry Grace, and then John Inman, who was more of an actor anyway.
John Inman was around, obviously, in Are You Being Served? But he was more of a comedy actor, camp comedy actor, and Larry Grayson, bless his heart, he never actually did like a stage show. So I was probably the first, and now you've got like Graham Norton and everybody else, and Alan Carr and people like that. So. What
made you get into it? Because I know you left school at 16 and got a job in menswear.
Yeah.
Did that suit you?
It suited me, but not the people that come in.
No.
I mean, they didn't come in for a suit, but I just wanted to measure them.
Yeah, but that's where you discovered you could make people laugh, wasn't it?
Yeah, the first time, yeah. It was like working with the public, I think. Yeah. I was a bit shy at school, probably.
At 16.
Although I did a lot of jokes, and I used to be like the school idiot, really. Yeah. If I learnt a new impression, I'd try it out in the classroom. And, because I started off as an impressionist, really. And then I think when I moved into the shop, because I had more contact with people, I became more, how can I put it? It kind of come out of me a bit more, and I got more confidence.
And is there a story about your first time on stage was in Bournemouth at a talent competition? What happened there?
Well, yeah, I just went on holiday with a couple of lads, as you do. Like 17, we saved up some money, and we went down the old Hillman Imp down to Boscombe, which is near Bournemouth. And one of them said, "Oh, there's a show in here tonight." So I walked in, and they said, "Oh, it's a talent competition." And I went, "Oh, that'll be good." And so anyway, we sat there and were having a drink, and all of a sudden the compere was on, and he said, "Now we've got an impressionist from Nottingham. I thought, this is going to be good. From our hotel, we'll vote for him." Yeah. And he just said, "Welcome, Duncan Norvelle." And I went, "Shit." And
what did you do?
I just walked on, and I did feel like Bruce Forsyth and Michael Crawford and Rigsby. And
excellent.
I had a little bit of an act, but not. I had 10, 15 minutes, but it kind of went well.
Yeah. You won, didn't you?
Yeah. I won the money, and we stayed an extra week, all of us. It was a few pounds then in those days.
What, £20?
Yeah.
£20, and that was enough for you all to stay another week.
But they decided that we'd do every one. So all the way along, where there was a talent show, we used to go in, and I never won another one. You know, we spent all week going in these places, and I didn't win another. So I'd come second or third to a singer or somebody playing the spoon. So it kind of disheartened me then. Yeah.
When did you realise that you were a little bit different?
Probably when I was about 9 years of age, I think. And one of my tooth fell out, and I put it under my pillow for the tooth fairy, you know. And
I think I know him.
Yeah. Well, he didn't leave me any money. He just left me his phone number. Yeah. So I thought, well, that must be different.
So how do people react to you now? Because your act is very stereotypically
Yeah.
gay camp humour, and obviously with political correctness going on now, do you find it a bit more difficult? Do you find
No, not at all. I don't do it in an offensive way.
No, of course not.
I do it in a very... I'm not in your face with it,
Yeah.
like some people are nowadays.
Have you ever had a bad reaction from gay people because of it? Or?
No.
No.
I've got a lot of friends that are gay.
Yeah.
A lot of friends. And a lot of people, when I come off stage, is he or isn't he? And to be
Yeah.
honest with you, I don't even know
No.
the answer to that question. People like Alan Carr, I think I was like their hero,
Yeah.
you know, which is nice.
And Carr actually said that he thought that you were his hero, and you were like...
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
he's lovely. I mean, Ricky did a TV thing with him not so long ago, and he said he was touring with Duncan around. He says, "Oh my God, I love it," and he went over the, "Oh, I've got to be, I've got to be," you know, and he was over the top, you know,
Yeah.
and he just said like he thinks so much of you. So I think if I had people like that really didn't like me, I probably wouldn't. Well, I'm not so camp as what I used to be.
Yeah.
I don't put all the makeup on and everything else. You know?
And you like sports as well. I mean, you're a very big fan of golf, aren't you?
Yeah, I love me golf, and I've played a lot of celebrity dudes.
Would you like to play around with Alan Carr?
Yeah, I just think he's lovely. I think he's a serious contender to stay there. I always look at comedians that last. I don't look at comedians that were good or they say he was great. I look at the ones that last the course, and with the alternate comedians that have come along in the years. I mean, you've got your Peter Kays, but he's more mainstream.
Yeah.
You've got Jimmy Carr, which I think he's great. He'll stay a while. I think Alan Carr's there for a long, long time.
Well, I mean, you've been 33 years in the business now, something like that.
I've done a lot of telly. I mean,
What did you do before this, though? Did you do jobs before this, other than the menswear, obviously?
My dad was a painter and decorator, and obviously when I first left school, I used to go and work for my father, and then I used to think I'd done talent shows as well, so it was always in my blood that I wanted to go on stage. But I used to say to my dad, I don't need to work for you this week, because I've just won a talent company. I got 40 quid or something.
How much was he paying you at the time?
He'd pay me about £40 a week.
Yeah.
So I'd lie in bed all week, and then I realised, you know, that it's not going to last forever, so I used to go and help my father when I could. Then I worked in the post office. That was all right. Yeah, Northampton.
What did you work do in the post office?
I did nights.
Yeah.
Just
as a mailbag?
And I worked with one guy. There was me and one guy, and we used to work in the sorting office. And we used to have a little radio in the corner, you know, and every time it stopped, I used to open a parcel, which didn't go down very well. I weren't there long. And then I used to work for the Samaritans. That was all right.
Yeah, depressing.
No, it was all right. I rang in ill once, and they taught me out of it.
Oh, really?
I didn't have a day off for 4 months, so I thought, I ain't stopping here. No,
So
interesting
I
jobs.
know that you do impersonations in your show, and I know before you used to like Hollywood, you know, movie stars, with John Wayne and people like that. But it's updated now. Who are you doing now these days?
Well, I can do Stallone, people like that, which is a bit out of character.
I love Stallone.
Like,
It's good to do a bit.
Yeah, do it, you know. You know my brother Victor? You know my brother Victor? Victor could take 6 blocks of ice to my floor instead of running for Viva.
Are you doing Stallone in the show tonight?
Yeah, I do a lot of the film stars in this show, and
Can't
it's
wait
great
to
to
see
be with Ricky, obviously.
How are you getting on? Because Ricky was saying that it's like a reunion. There's 5 dressing rooms, but you're all in the one dressing room, and you're all getting on really
we
well.
sit down, we play cards, we have a laugh.
Is it you that won't put the €2 in for the coffee?
Yeah. I mean, Ricky will come off sometimes because he opens up and he'll say, "There's a right fella on the front row, you know, for Mr. Magoo, you know, or there's somebody there on the front." He'll skip with you know, get him up. He's massive, you know, and he dares me, and I go on and do it. But like, we've had 78 shows, and they've been fabulous.
Is that how many you've done with the Laughter Show?
I think so. It's nearly, and our aim was to finish here, but we're carrying it on a bit later.
You need to carry on. The two of you, the two of you should stay together. You're absolutely brilliant.
Well, I'd love to do a little.
Do you know if your
sitcom with
catchphrases would join together, it'd be
my arse,
catch me ass.
Catch me ass. And chase my ass. Yeah. Oh, whatever.
Chase me ass. Yeah.
I don't know. He's got a great catchphrase as well, hasn't he?
Definitely. Well, it's a pleasure talking to you.
And you, Steve.
Thank you very much,
Yeah,
Duncan, and
pleasure.
have a great night tonight.
And my regards to everybody in Benidorm.
Yeah, we'll do.
All the expats and everybody.
Yeah.
They'll chase me.